Hey guys, welcome back. It's another video. I know it's been a long time, and I do have a good explanation for that, but let me talk about this for a little bit first. I'm building here a rocket for my next video. You can see I've already made the rover below, because those are very tricky for me. I don't know why, but the next part I'm getting here is the service module. We're going for a very Apollo-esque type thing. But like I said, let me quickly explain while this is going in the background, why I've been gone so long. So I accidentally deleted my entire SFS library, all of the games, all of my files, everything about it completely wiped out, and it really just tanked my motivation completely. I could not find any motivation to make videos, barely even any to play the game at all. Just I felt like I had lost all this progress. But as you can see, I'm trying to get back into it, trying to, refill that catalog of worlds and graph files, like this one right here. You can see we're actually building the lander now. This is a design I've used frequently in my own personal development. A upside-down capsule between two of the aerodynamic surfaces. It works pretty well. It looks pretty nice. There is some minor part clipping involved, depending on how you choose to build it. I mean, some ways can't avoid it completely, while others need rely extensively on it, like this one do. I do mostly clipped builds. I can try to do some non-clip builds. Oh, you can see here I'm just testing everything. We gotta make sure it can turn correctly. Anyway, I can do some non-clip builds if you guys really want to see that. It's just, comment below if that's what you guys want to see. But right now, we're actually going to be trying to build a fairing. And this is a very large and tall fairing, and it gets kind of skinnier as we go up. And those can be kind of difficult to build here. I fumble around a little bit trying kind of doing this staggered design here. And we do have some issues with the height of it being an odd number. But like I was saying, I do kind of this staggered design here, but that doesn't really look great. So I instead decided to just go for the straight, it goes down at one angle until it hits its widest point and then continues downward. I have some trouble here with the selection of them. It's a little finicky, but eventually here I do get it how I kind of want it to look. And now we're going on to build a launch escape system. I know not a lot of things work in this, but this is actually a usable one. And when the video comes out, you'll see how this works. I think it's a very nice little system. It works based on the staging system, just as a little preview if you can figure out how that works, and you can even see me setting it up right here. And then here in a second, we're going to start building the rocket, the body portion of the rocket. So this rocket's intended to go to one of the moons of Jupiter. I haven't quite decided yet. I can land on pretty much any of them with this thing, though. But you can see here I'm constructing our kind of transfer stage. This will get us to I almost said Joule there. I've been playing a lot of KSP, actually. But anyway, like I was saying, this will get us pretty close to Jupiter. And then we have here our first lower stage. And I actually decided here to load a BP edited part of mine from another build I was working on for something else. And that is one of these secret texture files that's in the game files, but not in the available textures. It's the USA insignia. So I just swap it in there, and it puts a nice little logo on the side of the craft. I do add another one of those later, but it's a little bit more tricky because I really didn't feel like going into the game files. It's pretty late here, actually. You can see here I'm going for engines, and I wasn't really sure how many to add here because that seemed like the right amount, but it looked a little bit strange. And I tried adding one big one, but that was way too much power. Plus, I don't like clipping fuel tanks and fuel tanks, which is what would be needed for that one. I decided replacing it with just one extra smaller engine. And then you can see here I'm constructing the bottom stage, and we are actually bottoming out. The original design here completely takes the entire from top to bottom. So I would say that's a pretty big rocket. And you can see here I'm just deciding on the textures. This is one of my favorite parts. In all honesty, my favorite part is just picking out what kind of paint job to give it. You can see here I'm trying to give it another USA insignia on that second stage here. So what I'm going to try to do here is I'm trying to stretch the part out a little bit. We're using the auto, what is it called? The the auto stretch or whatever, but it doesn't really work as the USA thing kind of needs to be a little bit bigger than a square. So I actually go down a size and then try to fit it in that way. And we have to deal with a lot of kind of misshapen things here, but you can see slowly I'm going to be getting into the place. I have to try to remember how to do a certain, kind of Z level thing where you have the middle tank color can show up in between two other ones. But you can see here I do eventually get it, as you can see right about now. Yep, and then we just gotta, fix all the colors. I do add some aerodynamic surface in here to cover up the Z fighting, where two things are laid on top of each other. And it looks a little strange with those just being kind of very visible. So I do switch this part to black to kind of cover it up. And I think the black paint job looks a lot better anyway than the standard white paint job. But, it's all about personal taste, really. You can see here I'm going through and just flipping around some parts so the textures line up. I add another set of aerodynamic surfaces to cover up the bottoms with those. And we reload the stage here, and we are actually about done. So I want to thank you guys for watching here. You can see I'm just doing some final testing, make sure everything separates correctly. But like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching. Be sure to stay tuned. This next video will be out sooner, hopefully sooner rather than later. But yeah, guys, be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe. This is very messy. I know. I'm doing this all in one take, so I know. Very professional. Anyway, have a nice day.